Hello, my name is Anna Chankvetadze, and today I'm going to to speak about Challenge of Georgia, Kutaisi. I'm a main specialist of foreign affairs and international project department, and I also work as an English language teacher in Kutaisi State University. Georgia is a country in the Caucasus region located at the crossroads of Western Asia and Eastern Europe. It's bounded to the west by the Black Sea, to the north by Russia, to the south by Turkey and Armenia, and to the southeast by Azerbaijan. Georgia is a unitary, semi-presidential republic with a government elected through a representative democracy. On the map you can see Georgia, which is divided into 12 parts which have got its own traditions, own customs. Population of Georgia by 2016 is around 4 million, capital is Tbilisi, currency is gal, official language is Georgian, ethnic groups is Georgians, and religion is Orthodox Church. So why tourists visit Georgia? Because of ancient culture, hospitality, friendly environment, nature, cuisine, wine culture, cheap for tourists. So one day in the morning you can ski the mountains in Svaneti, swim in the Black Sea in Batumi in the afternoon, and at night visit ancient city Kutaisi and eat traditional food. Institution in Georgia which deals with the tourist sphere is Georgian National Tourist Administration, which is a legal entity of public law, a part of the system of the Ministry of Economy and Sustainable Development of Georgia. Goals and objectives of it are formation and implementation of the Georgian Tourist Development State Policy, promotion of the sustainable tourist development. This is a statistical analysis which is provided by the Tourist Administration, and you can see that in 2016 we had around 3 million tourists, and it is 20% more than it was last year. Also, number of accommodations were increased, international flights were increased. In 2016 have been done various activities related to the promotion of tourist sphere, for example 19 international tourist exhibitions, large-scale campaign of TripAdvisor, 600 journalists and 300 tour operators were visited Georgia, and the first global conference of the wine tourism and so on. What are the plans for the future? Of course, to increase the number of tourists, and they think that it will be around 8 million this year. Then, of course, to increase the number of international hotels, international brands, to increase the number of cafes, restaurants, also to increase the quality of the service. Identifying challenges in the tourism, it's poor service in most hotels, lack of smile faces and good quality services, language barrier, lack of tourism brochures, lack of information brochures, lack of cafes and catering service in the sites, lack of information about local events, poor quality of the taxi drivers, different prices for tourists and local people. I will discuss these challenges according to the case of Kutaisi, which is my hometown, which is second largest city of Georgia. It is more than 3,500 years old. It is 231 kilometers far from the capital of Georgia, Tbilisi, and 18 kilometers away from the David Stability International Airport. Tourists presented SWOT analysis of tourism Kutaisi, which is provided by Kutaisi City Municipality. The strengths of the city are its history, culture, convenient geographical location, cheap labor, cheap living conditions, high number of tourist agencies. As for the weakness, high cost of financial resources, business passivity, low awareness of the city. Opportunity, the possibility of development of transit tourism, the possibility of establishing a regional center, perspective of hotel infrastructure development, development of inner tourism, development of modern trends in tourism, extreme agro-educational, and as for the threats, internal economic crisis and political instability. What municipality did and does for the tourist sphere in Kutaisi except infrastructure and projects? Of course, we are done some trainings for the tour operators in the sister city Boston, inviting foreign journalists and tour agencies, financing museums, galleries, and other cultural entities in Kutaisi. New building for a tourist information center was bought in 2015, which is the biggest one in Georgia. What municipality can do for challenges in the tourism? To my mind, the main task is to create a training center for staff employed in tourism, to help universities promote specialty of tourism, to promote employment to the tourist sphere in the youth, and promote learning languages. To my mind, are the basic ones. Challenges in the tourism, to my mind, is related to the lack of information. There's lack of brochures about local events, accommodation, catering places, about museums, galleries. It would be great if children will have their own corner in the museums and galleries. There will be some signs in the statues and monuments, and to have information on desk. I can do as a public servant, to learn more about other countries' experience. Of course, the main one, to learn about design thinking and how my ideas can be fulfilled in reality. Of course, to the local way to speak with my colleagues about the challenges. So the last slide, it's about resources. These are the websites according to which I have done these slides. On some sites are in Georgian, some are in English, and I can provide additional information if you wish and if it's interesting for you. So last, I want to thank you for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed. You have just a brief information about challenges of Georgia nowadays, which my country and my city faces too. And I hope and I think that in the nearest future, we will all overcome the challenges and somehow I will take part in this process.